Hi everyone, it's Kat. I'm coming to you today from the lovely bright fluorescent lights of my office, and I'm trying to speak a little low because I have offices on both sides of me where there's therapy sessions going on and I don't want to disturb anybody. But I have a little break right now, and I was just playing around with doing a little stretching because I actually did not sleep very well last night. My daughter was having a tough night, and so I ended up in bed with her and ended up a little bit like in a weird position, got kind of cramped, got a crick in my neck. And so while I'm having a little break here between sessions, I thought, this would be a good time to kind of perk myself up by getting in a little movement, but also stretch out some of the aches and pains that I'm feeling. So I figured I would pop on here and show you what I'm doing. And this is not pre-planned. This is something I'm just kind of doing organically, which is something that really anybody can do. A lot of times people feel like with something like yoga, stretching, exercise, you have to follow a plan. And with yoga and yoga classes, it is important to have somewhat of a sense of sequencing if you're doing like some really deep stretching, because you don't want to injure yourself. But the kinds of things that I'm doing right now are, I'm not really doing super deep stretching where I'd really hurt myself. So I'm not going to worry too much about being warmed up and having super proper sequencing. I'm just going to be kind of checking in with my body, seeing how I'm feeling, seeing what needs a little bit of love and attention right now. And that's something that anybody can do. And you can do it, like I said, in little pockets of your day when you have some time and feel the need for it. So I'm going to start out actually with a little peppermint oil that I happen to have on hand. I have a little travel diffuser in my office, and so I happen to have some oils here. And I like peppermint because it kind of wakes you up. And like I said, I didn't sleep great, so feeling a little tired. So I have some peppermint in the diffuser already, but I'm going to give myself an extra little boost. I just dropped one drop into my hand. Ah, that feels good. Smells good. I'm going to maybe dab a little bit on my neck. You want to be careful with this. You shouldn't really, I probably shouldn't be doing this, putting this on without a carrier oil, because you can have a reaction. Thankfully, my skin doesn't tend to react strongly to straight peppermint oil, but I would not advise putting this on like I'm doing. I do have some lotion on the back of my neck to kind of absorb it, but you definitely want to make sure you have some lotion or an oil like sesame or coconut oil before you apply peppermint directly to your skin. So don't try this at home. So anyway, so like I said, I'm just kind of organically feeling into what's bothering me. And what I'm noticing the most right now is especially my neck. So, I might try doing some neck rolls. This is something I see an acupuncturist for my neck because I do have some issues with, I think it's my C4 and C5 because of a past car accident. So she's always, recommending me to do, neck rolls. So I like to do this, and you can match your inhales and exhales with this if you want to bring in a little breath work. So you can maybe probably exhale as I drop forward. Inhale as I roll back. Exhale as I drop forward. Inhale as I roll back. And I might switch directions, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And how long you do this for really depends on you. Depends on how achy your neck is. And you can pause too, like right here. I can feel some tightness here, so I might pause here. Might give myself like an extra little massage here, and then maybe keep going. Again, pausing wherever it feels most tight. Maybe do the same thing on this side. And then, like I said, you can do this for as long or as short a time as feels good to you. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time right now, so I think I'm going to pause here. And then I'm going to move into some side stretches. So I'm going to inhale one hand up to the sky and maybe hold on to my chair or maybe the seat of the chair. And then exhale to lean in. You just want to be careful not to collapse. It's really easy to kind of collapse as we lean to the side. You want to try to keep your rib cage lifted as you lean in. And you're going to feel a nice stretch along this side, maybe breathing into your waist and your ribs on this side. For a couple breaths. And then inhale to come back up and exhale to drop your hand to the other side. So maybe grabbing your chair on this side, inhaling up and exhaling, again, just being careful not to collapse into the waist on the side you're bending into. And inhale to come back up, and I think I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to inhale my hand back up to the sky and exhale. Again, really breathing into the rib cage, into the waist on this side, loosening up those tight muscles. Inhaling to come up, exhaling to bring my hand down. Try not to hit that L-shaped desk. Inhaling up and exhaling to stretch. One more inhale to come up and exhale to bring your hand down. And now I'm going to do some twists. So just real gentle. You don't want to get into a deep twist again without, proper warm up. So I'm going to inhale both hands up to the sky, and I'm going to exhale to my left, thinking about turning through my torso area. So inhaling, kind of maybe engaging my belly a little bit, and exhaling to twist. So as you see, I'm not doing a deep twist here. I'm just kind of going as far as my torso will allow, and then I'm just going to drop my hands where they land. And this is a little awkward because I can't drop them fully to the mat as I would. But again, wherever they go, it's fine. We're improvising because we're not in a yoga class right now. And just taking a couple breaths here, keeping your spine nice and straight. You can continue to inhale and twist a little deeper if you like. But again, we're not going for a super deep twist here. And then inhaling to come back straight forward, and exhaling to do the same thing on the other side. Pausing here for a couple breaths. And then inhaling to come back here forward, and exhaling to drop your hands to the side. Now I think I'm going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow, which may sound funny because I'm sitting up, but you can actually do a seated cat-cow by putting your hands on your knees. And I'll move to the side so you can see what I'm doing. On your inhale, you're going to bring your chest forward. Think about tilting your head back. If it feels comfortable, you want to be careful with your neck, but you can start to move your chin up towards the ceiling as far as feels comfortable. And then as you exhale, you want to round your back and drop your chin towards your chest. So inhaling to come forward, kind of bringing some space in between those collarbones as you do. And exhaling to drop your chin and round through your spine. You can flow back and forth a few times. This feels really good because my back is really sore right now. This just brings a little bit more mobility to your spine. You can flow back and forth as quickly or as slowly as you want. You can match it with your breath if you like, inhaling and exhaling. Again, this feels really good, especially I've been sitting for a couple hours at this point too. I notice on the days that I have to sit a lot, it really wreaks havoc on my neck, my back, and my hips. So it feels good to do things like this, even on days where I don't wake up so stiff. It's nice to do this at some point during the day. And then I'll just pause, because actually I have a session in a few minutes, so we'll wrap this up with just some seated pigeons or figure fours. So I'm going to slide back a little bit and pull the skirt of my dress up. So just to do this, and like I said, we'll do this pretty briefly, is you're just going to cross your ankle. So I'm doing my right ankle over my left thigh. I'm not doing it right on the knee, I'm doing it above the knee. I'm making sure to keep my foot flexed to protect my knee joint. And I'm just inhaling to straighten through my spine. And you can either stay here if you're feeling enough of a stretch, mostly through your hip, a little bit into the hamstring area, or you can inhale again and then let your breastbone lead the way as you lean forward. And this feels so good into my hamstring and my hip area. Because like I said, it's just really achy and sore from the way I slept last night, but also just from sitting. Because I sat all day yesterday too. Because I work 2 days back to back in my therapy job, and definitely by day 2, it's getting to me. So it feels really good to do this kind of stretch. So normally I'd probably stay here a little bit longer, but just for the sake of time today, I'm gonna come back up. I may come back into this a little bit later if I can. I'm just gonna switch sides just to keep myself balanced. Again, keeping that foot flexed, trying to keep a right angle here with my leg. Inhaling to lengthen and staying here, or exhaling to fold a little bit farther forward. And so I hope that you can see, like I said, I'm doing this at my desk. I don't need any special equipment other than my peppermint oil, which I just already happen to have on hand. So I hope, and the thing too is, I had thought about this a little bit earlier before I started doing it, and one idea that I had is that I could fold forward too, because you can fold forward over your legs. So just inhale to come up and bring your feet back down. So you can incorporate some forward folding if you want. That can feel nice to release your back, but I know some people that have issues with vertigo may not want to do something like that. So I decided to kind of keep it simple, keep it, seated upright, since I know I was going to share this with some other people. So I just hope that this helps you see that you can incorporate some, basic kind of chair yoga, organic movement into your day. It doesn't need to be, pre-planned, pre-sequenced. You don't even necessarily need to follow a teacher or a class to do it. And it's something you can do right where you are if you have 5 or 10 minutes of break time. And it can be really helpful, whether it's because you're sore from a bad night's sleep, or maybe because you were doing some traveling over the weekend and then you're, stuck in an office, or, just like I said, sitting all day can do a number on us. Or even just, I was talking to a patient of mine last week who was saying he just struggles in the afternoon because he gets tired, like he eats lunch, belly gets full, all the blood goes into the stomach, and then he's fighting the urge to drink coffees all afternoon. So we talked about incorporating some movement, little bits of movement, 5-10 minutes here and there, to keep his energy level up during the afternoon. So that's another good reason to incorporate some of this movement into your day if and when you can. But I hope this inspires you to try something out like this, and if you have any thoughts or questions, please feel free to post them below. And I hope to see you back here sometime soon. Take care.